I am going to show you 7 highly sensitive places you can kiss a woman that can make a simple moment feel much more intimate. Many studies suggest that a lack of emotional and physical connection is one reason some relationships struggle. This video is designed to help you understand attraction better and become a more confident, charismatic man. So, without wasting time, let's get started. Music. 1. The base of the neck, nape. This is not just a physical area. It also carries emotional meaning. It's a place she cannot easily see, which naturally makes it feel more personal and vulnerable. Because of that, any attention there requires a certain level of trust. Music. When something happens in a space she can't easily monitor, her awareness naturally increases. That awareness can make even a small gesture feel more meaningful. Imagine walking together after a long evening. The conversation has slowed down and there is a comfortable silence between you. You gently move her hair aside, not quickly, music, not rushed, but with purpose. You pause for a moment. That pause matters. It shows that you are present and calm, not acting without thought. Then you place a soft, gentle kiss on the back of her neck. What she feels in that moment is not only physical sensation, music, it's awareness. It's the feeling that you are paying attention to her in a calm, genuine way. Music. That kind of attention can create a sense of comfort without saying a single word. It shows that you are not rushing or forcing anything, but simply enjoying the moment together. 2. Behind the ear. This area feels very personal. It's where whispers naturally happen and where closeness often feels strongest. It's not a place people casually interact with, which is why it can carry so much emotional meaning. Music. When you gently enter that space, it creates a feeling of intimacy without needing anything dramatic or over the top. Imagine sitting beside her during a quiet moment. Maybe the conversation has become softer, or maybe there's a comfortable silence between you. Instead of filling that silence with unnecessary words, you lean in slightly. Not fast, not suddenly, just enough for her to notice your presence moving closer. You might say something softly, something simple that fits the moment. Then, gently, you place a soft kiss behind her ear. What makes this powerful is not intensity, but subtlety. It is the quiet nature of the gesture. Her attention becomes sharper because there is no noise and no distraction. Everything seems to slow down for a moment. That small gesture can create a feeling of warmth that spreads. Music, not only physically, but emotionally as well. A woman once described this as the moment everything suddenly felt more meaningful. She said it wasn't about being amazed or impressed. It was about feeling close to someone in a way that felt natural and genuine. That's the difference. This kind of touch doesn't try to take over the moment, it becomes part of it. It makes her feel connected to something calm, thoughtful, and real. And that's what creates emotional closeness, when she feels appreciated in a quiet and effortless way. Music. 3. Inner wrist. This is one of the most overlooked areas, yet it carries a quiet sense of intimacy that many men never notice. Music. It's soft, delicate, and just beneath the surface is her pulse, her natural rhythm, something closely connected to how she feels. Because of that, any attention here can feel more personal than it appears. Imagine you're sitting together. Maybe she's telling you a story or talking about her day. You're holding her hand naturally, not forcing anything, simply sharing the moment. Music. Instead of interrupting or rushing ahead, you pause. That pause is important. It shows you're not trying to control the interaction, you're simply experiencing it alongside her. Then, gently, music. You bring her hand a little closer and softly kiss her wrist. What makes this meaningful isn't just the gesture itself, it's the intention behind it. It communicates patience. It shows that you're paying attention not only to her words, but also to her presence. Without saying anything, it quietly communicates, "I'm here with you." A woman once described a moment like this as something that completely changed the way she viewed a man. She said, "It felt like he noticed something about me that everyone else overlooked." That's what makes it memorable. Music. It's not loud or dramatic. It's subtle, thoughtful, and intentional. This kind of gesture helps a calm emotional connection. It doesn't rush or overwhelm. Instead, it builds a quiet feeling of trust, where she feels comfortable enough to relax and be herself. And that feeling is rare, which is exactly why it stays in her memory. 4. Collarbone. Located close to her heart, both physically and emotionally, the collarbone carries a quiet significance that many people may not consciously notice, but often feel. It's a naturally exposed area, usually connected with softness and vulnerability, which is why the way you approach it matters so much. Imagine standing close to her after a meaningful conversation. There's a pause, not awkward, but deep, but comfortable. The kind of silence where nothing needs to be said. Instead of rushing or trying to move the moment forward too quickly, you stay. Music. Present. You move slowly and with purpose, then place a gentle kiss near her collarbone. What she feels in that moment isn't intensity. Music. It's calm. It's comforting. It's the feeling that you're not trying to take control of the moment. Music. But simply share it with her. And that difference means everything. A woman once described a moment like this as music, unexpectedly peaceful. She said it didn't feel like pressure or something being performed. It felt like being appreciated in a quiet and sincere way. And that's what makes this area so meaningful. It creates closeness without making her feel overwhelmed. This isn't about speed or passion. In fact, music rushing often takes away the feeling completely. It works because it's slow, because it's intentional, because it feels natural instead of forced. When done the right way, a simple gesture like this can create a sense of emotional comfort. It allows her to relax, stay present in the moment, and feel connected without needing anything more. And often, music that calm connection is what leaves the strongest memory. 5. Inside of the elbow. This is one of those places that almost nobody thinks about. Music. And that's exactly what makes it special. It's subtle, unexpected, and easy to overlook, which means that when attention is given here, it immediately feels different. The inside of the elbow is soft and sensitive, not only physically, but emotionally as well. It's not an area that people usually touch with intention. Imagine you're close to her, maybe sitting next to each other or standing nearby in a relaxed environment. Music. The moment isn't dramatic or intense. It's calm and comfortable. Instead of following the usual patterns, you gently take her arm, or guide it slightly, and place a soft, slow touch or gentle kiss on the inside of her elbow. No rushing, no exaggeration, just a quiet and thoughtful gesture. What makes this meaningful is that it feels unexpected. She doesn't see it coming, which naturally makes her more aware of it. Her attention becomes sharper, not because it's dramatic, but because it shows that you're not simply acting on habit or copying what you've seen before. You're genuinely present and paying attention to her in a real way. A woman once described a moment like this as, "The moment I realized he was different from everyone else." She said it wasn't about intensity. It was about how natural and considerate it felt. That kind of awareness creates a unique type of connection. It communicates sincerity and genuine interest. It shows that you're sharing the moment with her rather than rushing through it. And that alone can create a feeling of closeness that feels authentic, not practiced. Dick's stomach area. This is one of the most emotionally sensitive areas for many women, not only physically, but mentally as well. It's often connected to vulnerability, self-confidence, and personal comfort. Because of that, any attention here requires a deeper level of trust. It's never something that should feel rushed or assumed. Imagine you're already sharing a moment where she feels comfortable around you. There's already a sense of connection and ease between you. You don't move here quickly or without thought. Instead, you slow down even more. Your touch is gentle, natural, and completely free from pressure. What she feels in that moment isn't only physical contact, it's acceptance. It's the feeling that she doesn't need to hide or become tense, that she can simply be herself without feeling judged. And that feeling is powerful because it's uncommon. A woman once shared that she always felt slightly protective of this area, even around people she trusted. But one experience changed that. She said the difference wasn't what happened, but the way it happened. Slowly, gently, and without expectation. She described it as the first time I felt like I didn't have to be perfect. That's what this kind of moment communicates. Music, it says, I see you as you are, and I'm not asking you to be anything different. This approach creates emotional comfort. And when a woman feels emotionally comfortable, she relaxes and becomes more open. Not because she's being pushed, but because she feels understood. That's the real key here. It's not about the action itself. It's about the feeling and intention behind it. Music. 7. Hip area. This area can represent both comfort and vulnerability at the same time. It's a place where physical closeness and emotional trust often meet. Music, which is why the way you approach it matters more than many men realize. It's not about intensity. It's about awareness and respect. Imagine standing close to her during a quiet moment when a natural connection already exists between you. Instead of rushing or making sudden movements, you move slowly. Your hand rests lightly near her hip, not gripping, not pulling, simply present. That light and controlled contact shows restraint. Music. And restraint is often what helps build trust. What she feels in that moment isn't pressure, it's stability. Music. It communicates that you're in control of yourself, not acting on impulse and paying attention to her comfort. That alone creates a feeling of ease that allows her to relax instead of becoming tense. A woman once described a moment like this as quietly reassuring. She said, it wasn't about what was happening, but about how music felt. Calm, steady, and comfortable. She didn't feel rushed or overwhelmed. She felt like she could stay in the moment without feeling the need to pull away. This is where many men make mistakes. No, they move too fast, too aggressively, or without paying attention to the energy of the moment. But when you slow down and remain present, everything feels different. This area isn't about pushing the moment further. It's about appreciating the moment exactly as it is. And when a woman feels that level of patience and self-control, trust naturally begins to grow. And trust is what allows everything else to develop naturally at its own pace. Then, there is something even simpler than all of this. A gentle hand placed on her lower back. This isn't about attraction or desire, it's about reassurance and support. Imagine walking through a crowded place or standing close together. Your hand rests lightly on her lower back. Without saying a word, it communicates, I'm here with you. Many women describe this as one of the most comforting gestures because it feels steady, reassuring, and protective. A man once talked about slow dancing with a woman, music, and how she naturally leaned closer when his hand rested there. He said he could feel the exact moment she relaxed. That wasn't practice or technique, that was trust, music. And that's what all of this really comes down to. Intimacy isn't about techniques. It's about awareness. It's about being present. It's about understanding that her experience is not only physical, it's emotional too, and deeply connected to how she feels in that moment. When you slow down, when you pay attention, and when you approach her with care instead of urgency, something changes. She doesn't simply feel touched. She feels understood. And that's the feeling that stays with her. I hope you learned something valuable today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.